The hallway was silent for a moment, then filled with cruel laughter. A group of boys had cornered Emma, the quiet farm girl everyone thought was too shy, too weak, too different to stand up for herself. One of them shoved her against the lockers, another sneered, and before she could react, a rough hand gripped her throat. The choking pressure made her vision blur. But even as fear clawed at her chest, something deeper began to stir inside her. Emma had grown up working the fields, hauling hay bales heavier than most of her classmates. She had endured blistering summers and freezing winters, learning the discipline of hard work. But there was another side to her life that nobody knew. When her father passed away, her uncle had introduced her to mixed martial arts as a way to channel her grief. Years of sweat, bruises, and relentless training had shaped her into a fighter who could take down men twice her size. She never boasted about it. She never showed off. She didn't want fame. She wanted peace. But today, peace was not an option. The bullies' grip tightened. Around them, other students just watched. Some too scared, others too entertained. Emma's chest burned. She could almost hear her coach's voice in her head. Stay calm under pressure. Use your opponent's strength against him. In a single, fluid motion, she twisted her body, broke free of his grip, and locked his arm. Gasps filled the hallway as the boy, who moments ago was laughing, now howled in pain. She didn't break his arm, but she made sure he felt powerless. She released him before lasting damage was done, stepping back with steady eyes. The hallway was silent again, but this time with awe and disbelief. The bullies weren't done, though. Humiliated, another rushed at her. Emma ducked, swept his legs, and he crashed to the ground. The third hesitated, fists up, but Emma only raised her hand slightly, palm open. He froze. Something in her calm, unshaken stance told him everything. If he tried, he'd regret it. Teachers finally arrived, shouting for everyone to step back. The bullies stumbled away, humiliated, nursing bruised egos and aching pride. Emma said nothing. She simply adjusted her backpack and walked away, leaving whispers in her wake. That night, sitting on the edge of her bed, Emma felt a flood of emotions: anger, relief, and sadness. She didn't want to hurt people. She only wanted to be left alone, to focus on her studies, her farm work, her dreams. But sometimes life didn't give you the choice to remain invisible. Sometimes, you had to show the world the strength you carried inside. The next day, the whispers turned into stares, and stares turned into questions. Some kids came up to her, not with mockery, but with respect. They asked if she could teach them how to defend themselves. Emma didn't brag. She simply said, "Strength isn't just about fighting. It's about knowing when not to." The bullies kept their distance after that, but more importantly, Emma's courage lit a spark in others. Quiet kids began to walk a little taller. Those who were always targets now felt they had someone in their corner. Emma hadn't just defended herself. She had changed the balance of power at school. The biggest challenge, though, wasn't the bullies. It was her own struggle with identity. For so long, she had believed her only role was to blend in, to be the quiet farm girl nobody noticed. But now, she realized her silence had hidden her strength. Her scars, her battles, and her discipline had made her into more than just a fighter. They had made her a protector. In time, she began helping others train after school. She organized self-defense classes in the gym, showing kids that they didn't have to be victims. She taught them that strength wasn't about revenge. It was about self-respect. And with every student who gained confidence, she felt her father's words echo in her heart. True strength isn't in the fist. It's in the spirit that refuses to give up. By the end of the year, Emma was no longer just the quiet farm girl. She was a symbol of resilience. A reminder that sometimes the ones you overlook carry the greatest fire. Her story spread beyond the school. Parents, teachers, And even the bullies themselves came to understand the lesson she embodied. Never underestimate the quiet ones. Because behind that silence, there may be a fighter who knows pain, discipline, and the courage to rise when the world tries to break them. And for Emma, the message was clear. You don't have to choose between being quiet and being strong. You can be both. And in that balance, you can change the world.